Now, what you just need to do is, as we are working, I always give us time to try out what we are doing. So everybody's hand must be on deck. Is that right? So now,
Sir.
I'm sure each and every one of you are in a room, okay? And the room is within a building. Is that not? Is that not?
Yes.
All right. So imagine a room in an apartment, okay? So a room can't exist on its own, yes or no?
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
part of some kind of apartment. So an apartment is also part of a building. Is that right? So an apartment cannot
Yes.
exist on its own.
On its own.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Now, supposing we now see the building and the building is divided into apartments, and apartment on its own is divided into what? Rooms. Is that okay? So
Mhm.
that
Yes.
I'm just trying to relate this to what we call classes,
Yes.
Yeah.
methods,
Method commands.
and commands in Java. All right, so we're talking about classes or a class. Please, when I say class, it's not like your classroom. Is that right?
Yes.
It's the class in Java. So the class in this instance can be compared to a building, right? Then when you talk of methods within Java, is an apartment within that building. Then when you talk of commands, commands is like a room within the apartment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So a command is like a room. In Java programming language, a command can't exist on its own, just like a room cannot exist on its own. It is part of a function. So in Java programming language, functions are also called methods. Is that right? So the command is part of a function. Functions itself are also called methods. So a method is part of a class, just the way apartment is part of a building. Is that okay? So a class is divided into methods, and methods is further divided into what? Commands. All right. So in summary, programs consist of classes, and classes consist of what? Methods, and methods consist of what? Commands. Let us go to our IntelliJ so that I'll just show you something. Now, the name of this my file is called what? Main dot what? Java. What is yours called? Is it the same thing?
Yes.
All right.
Mine is main.java. Yeah.
Good. Joy, what is your own called?
Mine is main.java.
Okay, main.java. So what this implies is that this guy here, okay, this first line of code here is trying to declare the class main, okay? Or invariably, they are trying to tell you that this is the building overall. That's why you notice that what? It houses this closing curly brackets or curly braces. Is that right? So without this closing curly braces, you have problem with your lines of code, just like which code had earlier. Right? So this is the class, and the name of the class is what? Main. All right. So within the class, you have the method. All right. So this is the line of code that is declaring the method, and the name of this method is what? Main. Remember, recall that JavaScript, now Java is case sensitive. So this main with small letter is different from this main. All right. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now,
Yes, sir.
this is the method, and within the method, you can have, within an apartment, you can have several rooms, and within the method, you can have several commands. So these are the several commands, okay, within the method. This thing is very, very, very important. Please try to get it now, right? Try to get it
Sir.
now. Okay, so the method itself has an opening curly braces and a closing curly braces. Any other command that you're writing within this method, you can write it within here. All right. So you can have several methods within a class. I can have several commands within a method. Is that okay?
Yes.
It's just like the game you play. All right. So just picture a building. Within a building, you have apartments, right? And within an apartment, you have rooms. Okay. So with the building I'm trying to picture here, actually very big building. Now, an apartment can be like self-contained, either one room or two bedroom flats and or what have you, right? I'm not talking about like your own personal building that is just one family. Like within a building that houses several families. Can that make sense? Right? So that building now has several apartments for different families. Is that right? Now within an apartment, you now have different rooms. Is that okay? So also in Java programming language, you have a class that houses everything. Then within that class, you have a method. Then within that method, you have a room, okay, which is the command. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Mohammed, is it clear?
Yes, I understand it.
Iwuchukwu, is it clear? Joy, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Please, can you explain what I just said, Joy? About classes, about
Um,
methods, about commands.
Okay. Classes. You gave an example of classes being like a building,
Thank you.
and they
Thank
can
you.
have different methods, which
Good.
are like apartments.
Yes.
Then methods can have different.
Methods can have
I forgot the last one.
the methods
Different
itself
commands.
are like apartment within the
Commands.
building.
Yes,
Right?
commands.
Yeah, then the methods can have
That's like
several
a room.
commands. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
All right.